Hi everybody, welcome to another career tutorial. I'm cripeman, and what we're going to do this time through is we're going to make some wavy text. Now, we're going to do that by clicking our text object and then clicking in the assembly room. And let's pick a font. I like using Arial. And type in a word, Carrera, and jump back out, and we're just about ready. Now, before I do the wavy part, I'm going to make the text at least slightly more interesting looking if I can, by adding a master shader, and you notice that we have two shaders here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to change the default shader to one color, and you notice that everything's blue. Let's go ahead and click this one and then make it red. Now, before we do anything, something about Carrera's text is every time that there's a closed line, it makes other facets. It makes more facets for each closed line. So your A's, your R's, your B's, your P's, Q's, O's, D's are going to be separate facets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different facets. Now if you change your default shader to one color and then take this and then drop it over here, you notice that breaks it up with one shot. Pow. That's because the whole front face is another facet, okay, or another face. So yeah, we're good to go. Let's go ahead and modify this thing. Let's go ahead and select our text, go into modifier, and since it's going to be wavy text, we're going to go to waves, and let's do a linear wave, and let's go ahead and do these by the numbers. First of all, let's do the height of the waves. Now if you drag this up slightly, let's do it about 20 or 30, you'll notice that it just distorts the text completely. This isn't what we want. The reason that it's distorted like that is because it's distorting on the z-axis. That's your up and down axis. This isn't, we don't want it on the up and down axis, we want it on the x-axis going across the word. So let's go ahead and select X, and it's a lot more recognizable. Now the frequency is how many waves there are in the wave, and you can bring it up to 5, but we don't want that many, really. 4 is fine, or we could do 5. Might as well just crank it all the way up. And your phase is an animation. Phase is a time modifier. We'll address this one here in a second. Your limits are the amount of area that's getting covered by the wave. The more you draw it over, the less it gets affected on this side, and conversely, same for the other side. Okay. Now the phase is, like I said, it's a time modifier. So let's go ahead and bring this down to 180, and you notice that this happens right here. Now let's go ahead and bring this all the way to the end. By the way, I did a little pre-work right here. Yeah, I brought it down to 2 seconds. Let's go ahead and crank this all the way to the end, and we're going to make it plus 180, and you notice it doesn't look like it's changed, but if you go through your timeline, you can see that it's changed just slightly. Okay. Now I have an example made already. And if you notice that this is a looping animation, it goes from one side to the other seamlessly. That's what Carrera does. It does some seamless animation. Now, some little point that you want to take in consideration is you might not get the exact results you want because of the way that your faces were made in your text. Now you can you can modify this by just going into the text modeling room and doing it in there. Uh, you have a lot of little polygons that come to one point on your text, and so it doesn't stretch exactly the way you want it to at some points. So you might want to take that into consideration when you're doing it, but overall it's a pretty good effect. So anyway, that's it for this time. I'm Cripeman, and I'll talk to you again later. Bye.